Hi Sanjay, morning.
Hi, Pankaj. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Let's start in one more minute. Let's give some time for more people to join. Good morning, guys. I think we can start. People will join in between. So I hope you guys were there in the last session, and if you were not there, you were able to watch the recording. So I shared the first session recording. So now the two remaining sessions they will be live. Like I won't be sharing recording, so it is very important for you to ensure that you attend the full session live and create the projects. Okay. So today we will discuss about RAG, but before we discuss about RAGs, I just like to add one more thing in the discussions that we had yesterday about the learning path for different people, whether you are from whether you are non-coder or coder. So in the learning path for coders, there is one more thing that I missed, which is that when we talk about coders and we talk that they should learn Python, especially the data structures, dictionary, and list, async IO, and Pydantic. And then they can move to learning and LLM engineering, Agengtic AI engineering, ML ops, and something linked to costing and other things, other non-functional concerns. So from Python to N8N, uh, one should also formally learn vibe coding. I know many of you must be vibe coding. Some of you maybe vibe coding not that much, but you should formally know what are the best practices of vibe coding because most of us started vibe coding in pressure from the org that start writing prompts in the Visual Studio Code and let GitHub Copilot or Claude Code do the rest of the things. But if you face issues while vibe coding, it writes a bad code for you, and it is happening very often with you. So there is something missing in your understanding. Maybe you're not aware of the best practices on how to vibe code. So instead of thinking about being a vibe coder, think in terms of vibe engineering. Because when we talk about engineering, we we understand that we have some structure in our mind before we start that work. We work according to a plan. If the plan fails, we improvise that plan. We improve that structure. Okay. So if you're just vibe coding, blindly writing prompts and not understanding what is being done behind the scenes, so you should formally learn vibe coding. That will save a lot of time for you when you move to learn LLM engineering because you are expected to do some capstone projects. You will not be able to do capstone projects if you start writing code yourself. Okay. So that will save a lot of time for you in doing some projects on RAG when you code, creating AI agents through code, ML ops when you are writing scripts for GitHub Actions, Terraform, Ansible to deploy things on production, GCP or AWS. So vibe coding will save you a lot of time. Okay. So this was one missing piece yesterday. And the other thing was, right, if you are learning machine learning, we discussed that you can go to data science. You can also become machine learning engineer. Okay. So these were two additions. So for non-coders, The path is that you learn prompt engineering, you learn how to write better prompts, and we discussed a few prompt patterns yesterday about it, and we also created a tool to which we can outsource the task of writing the prompts. We created a magic prompt writer. Then you go through N8N. You can opt for Zapier or make.com also, but N8N is free. It's an open source. You can install N8N on your local and work as much as you want to do. Otherwise, other things are paid. Okay. And when you learn to work on N8N, you clear concepts about LLM, RAG, and AI agents. You can create these projects on N8N by simply drag and drop kind of framework. And we will be doing one of that today. We'll be yesterday we discussed a little about LLM. We will get a little more deeper into LLM today because that will eventually help us in understanding what is RAG and why there is the requirement of RAG. When LLM is so powerful, why do we even need a RAG? Why do we even need AI agents? Okay. So, so I hope you guys experimented with the Magic Prompt Writer. If you have not, just try to experiment with Magic Prompt Writer in your regular work. It will give you beautiful results. So coming to LLM first, we made a statement yesterday that LLM is basically an autocomplete. An autocomplete on steroids. It's very fast. Okay. But if it is just an autocomplete, why there is so much noise around it? It's a simply autocomplete. But then we discuss some more thing that autocomplete relies on learning from information and learning those patterns from information and replicating those patterns. This is exactly what we also do. Whatever is our role right now in the org, we have also learned information. We understand those patterns, whether it is coding, whether it is writing something, whether it is project management, whether it is a job of HR. We have also accumulated information, learned some patterns, and we are also replicating those patterns only. LLM is doing the same task, and it is doing it very fast. Okay, so that's the strength of LLM. Now, when we say LLM is autocomplete, and it was trained on some data, so what happens is we train LLM till some point of time. It is able to train on that patterns and it is able to replicate those patterns. That means when we train it and finally when we put it live, we deploy it somewhere, we make it live, right? Now this is live. Say for instance, uh, say we have one model or LLM, say GPT 5.3. It must have been trained till some point of time. It has everything available. Say it's today's date. Okay. It is knowing about everything which happened before this. Now, if I ask this question to LLM about something which happened after its training stopped, it must not be aware of all those events. This happened with the first chat GPT that was launched in November 2022. It was pure autocomplete. Right now, also the GPT is pure autocomplete. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. Those of you who are not aware about this, that training stops at some point of time. After that, LLM has no information what happened after that time. So if you go to ChatGPT and you ask it, let me increase the font size. You simply ask it, what is your cutoff date? Cutoff date is like asking it, till which date were you trained? from from all the data which is available on internet. It says my built-in knowledge cutoff date is August 2025. So it has no knowledge about what happened after 2025. Okay. If PM of a Prime Minister of a country was person A before this date, and it was changed in September 2025, LLM is not aware of it. If you will ask it who is the PM of this country, it will say person A. But this is not our experience, right? Because we get the latest information, and we will discuss why that is that we get the latest information. Okay, so this may be a new thing for some of you, but I'll show it to you how it happens and why I'm saying that this information is not available with LLM. And this is because our understanding is we understand that there is some LLM behind this chat GPT, right? And the model that is in our mind is a very simple model. And that model is okay, there is a user, he has got some UI, some user interface, wherein you see that window for prompting and pressing enter. The user submits a prompt or a question here. This question goes to some LLM behind the scenes, say GPT 5.3. Okay. And this LLM returns the response. This is our understanding of what is happening in chat GPT. But this is uh, not the correct picture. It is not happening like this. So what we will do is, for understand this concept, N8N is a very good framework. So what I would like all of you to do is simply open this website n8n.io and sign up there using your Gmail ID. It will give you 14 days trial. Okay. And you will learn a lot in these 14 days if you experiment with this. You can learn RAG, you can learn about agents, and it is very simple. So just sign up on this n8n.io. Okay, while we are discussing few things and complete it sign up, and then we will discuss RAG and we will create a RAG together. All of us have to create this RAG together because we usually read a lot of theory, we listen to a lot of theory, but we never implement it. Unless you implement it, you will not understand the real picture. Your knowledge will not be complete. Okay. So while we are discussing, please sign up on anytime.io. And once you are sign up, you will get some screens. These are all optional things you will be asked for. Just skip all of them. And finally, you should see a screen which is like this. It is asking me for sign in. I have already registered here. So finally, you will get a screen like this. I have a lot of workflows here, but you will not see any workflow. You will just see a blank screen. This is a dashboard of n8n.io. I'll just share the URL also in case anybody has some issue with the spelling. Okay. So please, everybody should sign up here. Then you will enjoy it, creating a RAG. Now, what I do is I'll create something very basic here on this n8n framework, just to understand the cutoff date thing and why I'm saying it is not aware of anything which happened after August 2025. So I go for creating a workflow. You don't have to follow along with me. I'll give you time to do this. And I simply click on add the first step and I search for something which is called AI agent. I click on it and it's added here. It gives me some configuration to add. We will not worry about what is written here. We will simply close this. Okay. So what I'll do is, uh, it gives me some chatting kind of capability. And if I just chat with it right now here, I say hi, it should throw some error because there is no LLM to which it can talk to. So what I'll do is, there's a option to add chat model here. I'll just simply click on this plus, and I'll look for some chat model or some LLM from OpenAI. OpenAI is the company. Okay, and I just add this chat model. I'll go for maybe an older model, maybe 4.1 mini. We need to add some credentials. We'll talk about it. It's already added for me. So I'll simply close it. If now I just say hi, so there is some chatting capability I have now. And I get the response, hello, how can I assist you today? So it's behaving like the way ChatGPT behaves. And those of you who are not comfortable with this kind of interface, if you just simply double click on this and make it public, don't worry, we will discuss. I'll do this with you also. So my name is Nathan. Maybe I'll say my name is Sanjay. How I can assist you today? So I just close this and I just publish this. I copy this URL. So this is the actual kind of app that you have created, right? In what all things can you help me? So it is a chat GPT kind of application that you have created because our understanding is this, that there is some user interface. We got this user interface. There is some LLM behind the scenes. We have also attached the LLM to it. It is able to respond to us. So we have created this kind of application. Okay. Now this is an older model. I'll ask for the cutoff date of this model. What is your cutoff date? So Rashmi, if your NIT subscription has expired, maybe you will need to sign up with a different email ID. So that should work for you. So it says my knowledge is currently up to June 2024. It's an older model. It is not having the information which is which what happened after this date. So now if I ask this model, let me do one thing. Let me just keep it on the left and keep this chat GPT on the right. This is the latest chat GPT right now. Okay. So I'll just ask one question to both of them. I ask the chat GPT, its cutoff date is August 2025. So Sumant will talk about this. What is the difference between these two? Okay. If I ask it, what is date today? Its cutoff date is August 2025. I'll copy this prompt. It is able to tell me the date that today is 28th June 2026. But if I ask the app, the chat GPT kind of app that I have created, what is today's date? It says today is April 27, 2024. Now, why did this happen? Because according to our understanding, we have created this application. It is happening because ChatGPT is just an autocomplete, or GPT or LLM is an autocomplete. But then how it is able to give the information here? It is able to give information here because it is not just LLM. There's a lot of things behind this scene which is hidden from us. Okay, and we will explore these things, and then you will be able to say, okay, chat gpt is not like this, it is actually an AI agent. And what is an AI agent? We will discuss that. And we will be able to create an AI agent. We will be able to make this interface on left simulating chat gpt. Okay, so to discuss what Sumant asked, we had something. Maybe some of you are aware of it, some of you may not be aware of it. What happens is, when we talk about chat gpt, something that most of us are using, okay, so we have to understand a few things about such AI assistants, whether it is chat gpt or Claude AI or Gemini. That there are three things. One is company, one is their product, and the other thing is what is the LLM behind those product. Okay, so if I talk about chat gpt, that chat gpt is a product. Chat gpt is a product of company which is called OpenAI, and there is LLM behind the scene. So say that LLM in this case is GPT, say 5.3. It may be 5.4 also currently. When we talk about Claude AI, it's a product. It's a product of a company which is called Anthropic. And behind the scenes, the model is Claude, which comes in three flavors. One is Haiku, which is a small LLM, Sonnet, and Opus. So these are different LLMs which are available with company. When we talk about Gemini or Nano Banana, these are Gemini is a product of Google, and the model is again called Gemini 2.5 Pro, 3.0 Pro, something like that. Okay, so we have to clearly understand the difference between these three things. Okay, so what happens is, in the product, this LLM is attached behind the scenes. This product has different plans. It has free tier, it has paid tier. So you go with free tier, you will get some capabilities, some bandwidth that you can use. You go to pro tier, you get more bandwidth. You can use, you can write a bigger, you can get bigger responses. The quality of responses also change depending on your plan. And but the product has this LLMs attached behind the scenes, which is available. You do not have to do anything. You may get some options to select different models, but you don't have to attach it manually. But what happens is, the way we are using N8N, or we are using code to create some applications. Okay, you may be on pro plan, it does not matter. But if you want to do some development, you have to access these APIs, these models through HTTP calls, or if you understand REST APIs, you have to get some API key for that purpose. And this is paid. It's a separate thing. It is for developers who want to develop something. Any developer who wants to use this, it has a cost. You have to get an API key. For instance, if you want to use ChatGPT's model, GPT-5 or any model of ChatGPT, you will need to go to platform.openai.com. I'll show it to you. Okay. You'll go here. I have some credits with me right now. You go to, its interface has changed a little. Okay. So you go for creating those API keys. You can create keys from here. Okay. Say for instance, I create a key, say test key. Maybe today's, say I'll say test, say AI foundation. Just click on create secret key. You will get the key, copy it because it will not be shown to you again. Okay, copy it and keep it somewhere. You will be able to create those keys if you add some credits. Okay, it will ask you for adding some amount. The minimum is $5. Otherwise, what you can do is, if you want to use some free API key, you can go to one site which is called openrouter.ai, sign up here and create a free API key. So if I go here, I go to get API key. This is free with some limits. You cannot make a lot of calls here. And create new key, say AI Foundation. And just click on create. You will get a key, copy it and keep it somewhere because this will not be shown to you again. If you lose this key, just go to this interface, delete this key and create a new one. Okay. So, but you have to be very clear. Whenever you are doing development, you have to get the APIs key. It has no link with what pro plan you are in on this product. It has no link with it. Okay.
Sanjay, what is the cost of this key?
So the key is like it's like a prepaid plan. You have to say give $5 minimum.
Okay.
Okay, and based on your usage, it will start deducting from that amount. We will discuss those things uh, maybe later in some other session. But like it's very cost effective. For instance, if you see my account, I still have balance $3.54.
Okay.
I've been teaching it since long time, but still I have out of $5, I still have this balance. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
But for today's demo, I'll share my key, so you don't have to worry about the key thing. Okay. So we'll just create a rag. You can use my key, and then we will see how it goes. So now we need to understand what is happening behind the scenes. First of all, we will start with something called rag. Some of you must have heard this term. Some of you must have worked on a rag also. Okay. So rag's full form is retrieval augmented generation. Okay. Maybe some of you tried to read about rags. Maybe you did not get clarity about what exactly a rag is. But today we will understand what a rag is and we will also implement a rag. So the requirement with me is that I have a company and my company's name is Skill Up with Sanjay. Okay. So what I do is I ask ChatGPT like, can you give me details of leave policies of company called Skill Up with Sanjay. Now, what should it return? Do you think this information will be available with ChatGPT? Provided this information is not available online anywhere. It means it was never trained on this information. It has no idea about the leave policies of this company. If I submit this, It is trying to search the web. This is a fake company right now. Okay. So it's not a company. It says, I could not find any publicly available employee handbook, HR policy documents, or official statement that specifies the leave policy of Skill Up with Sanjay. It has no idea about it. So now what should I do? Let me open a new chat window. What I'll do is I have this leave policy document available on my laptop. In this downloads folder, I have something which is called leavepolicies.md. It's a markdown file. You can think of it as a text file. Okay. It has some leave policies. It has details of casual leaves, purpose, eligibility, entitlement. It has details about sick leave. It has details about earned leaves. It has details about other leaves. Okay, I think right now it has details about 3 leaves. So what I'll do is I I retrieve this from my laptop. I retrieve this from my laptop. Now the next step is augmented. Augmented means make larger, make bigger. So what I will do is I will augment my prompt with this information, which essentially means is how to make your prompt larger by augmenting this retrieved document to this prompt. I go here, I add this leave policy. Okay. I have augmented this prompt. Now I will just write my prompt because there is no prompt to augment right now. I'll again ask the same, give me details of leave policies of a company, scale up with Sanjay. And I just submit this. When I submit this, LLM is able to generate the response. It says, this is the casual leave policy, this is sick leave policy, and this is earned leave policy. So it is able to now give me those leave policies. That means I'm able to now generate the response. So this is RAG. Now, retrieval strategies may differ. I have done the retrieval manually. You may retrieve it from database. You may retrieve it from some Google Drive, some documentation repository on your portal. Okay. Strategies may differ, but this is in very crude terms, the meaning of RAG. You retrieve information, you augment that in the prompt, and then you ask LLM to generate the response. And you will get the response. Okay. So now you have a requirement in your company. For instance, say HR says, okay, we get a lot of requests. People ping us all the time on Slack, on Teams meeting, and everywhere, and they are always asking questions about like what is the reimbursement policy, what are the leave policies, okay, what is details of give me some details about some policy whether I'm eligible for this leave or not, how many leaves are left for me, and things like that. And they say, okay, create some application for us. So this is the kind of application that we create, that instead of relying on the knowledge base of LLM, we can augment that knowledge base by retrieving some documents, provide that to LLM every time with the question of user, and user is able to generate the response. So the simplest thing that you can do using chat GPT only, because whatever we did earlier was not a practical solution. We cannot say to every employee, okay, this is the leave policies. If you have any questions, attach it to your prompt, write your prompt and ask your questions. So that's not a good way of It's not a good solution for this purpose. So we will need some kind of application for that. So we will create a RAG for this purpose. Okay. So what we will do is, all of you guys have N8N. You have signed up for N8N. Anybody left who has not signed for N8N, you can just give me a thumbs up if you have signed up for N8N. So that will help me in understanding. It is a great opportunity for all of you to create an application and showcase that on your LinkedIn profile or to your friends. Okay. So what we will do is, I hope you are all around on the dashboard of N8N, where you must be seeing a plus sign or start creating your application. So we will create a RAG together. Whatever we did manually, we will automate that process. So what we will do is, we will go to this N8N dashboard. I'll just close this. I'll create it from scratch with you. So wherever you are on N8N, who is getting error? So can you please show what is the error? Just paste that error in this chat window. Because when you sign up with your Gmail account, you must be getting some screen. It will be asking you for some information. You can simply submit that. They are all optional, and you will directly land upon N8N. So what will happen is, it will ask you for some activation key. If you want to get some activation key, you can opt for that. That will send you an activation key in mail, and you will be able to uh, click on that link, and your N8N will be activated.
It's it's sharing the OTP on Gmail ID if you will initiate first time.
Right.
After that, it will pass you one six-digit OTP code. You have to just log in with that, and it will give you the screen.
That is correct, Prakash. Thanks for sharing. So all of you must have got some activation key. Okay. So what we will do is, we will simply create on this create workflow on the top right. When you click on it, it will give you a blank screen. Okay. And on this blank screen, you simply have to drag and drop things. Okay. So what we will do is, we have a lot of options here on the right side. If you click on this plus, but we can simply click on this plus here. Just click on plus, and you will get a lot of options on the right side. On the right side, search for AI agent. So once you have received this, or you have got this AI agent, just simply click on this, and it will give you some option here, some configuration options here. We do not have to change anything here. You can simply close this window by crossing this on top right. Now on this canvas, you can play around with it. You can press Control, hold it, and drag it anywhere. Okay. Now what we have to do is, we have to provide a very basic information to it. What we will do, we will, I'll share, first of all, I'll share that leave document with you. So that will help you. We will be on same page. We will be using the same document. So I'm attaching a file. Just download that file. So we will create a application, RAG application for HR for my company. Okay. So once you have downloaded that document, what we will do is, we will copy its content. Once you have copied the content, on this AI agent, we will simply double click, and you will get this window again. Okay. Now we have to provide this information to this agent about the leave policies. So what I will do is I will simply click on this add option button, select system message, the top option, system message. Click on system message, and you must be seeing you are a helpful assistant written here. So instead of this, what I will do is I will say, let it be like this, helpful assistant, and I'll add something like, you always answer to queries from the following information about leave policies of Sanjay Negi, or Skill Up with Sanjay. You can give any name. Skill Up with Sanjay. So I'm giving some instructions for my LLM. If you do not have the information, just reply uh, write to HR at sanjaynegi.com. So what I essentially I'm doing is that I will provide it the leave information, and I'm asking it that you have to provide uh, answers to queries only from the information that I'm providing you. If the information that I'm sharing with you does not have the answer to that question, just simply write to HR at sanjaynegi.com. Okay, and below this, I'll just add maybe colon, and I will say information. You can enlarge this box also. If you click on this expression on the right side, you can enlarge this. It is not showing me. Yeah, this option is to enlarge it. Okay, this small icon here, it will enlarge this for you. Okay, and the information is, you simply paste the complete trace of leave policies here. So what essentially I'm doing is I'm asking this LLM that you are a helpful assistant. I'll just share this with you also, whatever I have written here. Okay, that you only answer from the information that I'm providing you. If the information is not available with you, simply say write to hr at sanjaynegi.com. And with this information label, I'm just sharing the complete leave application policies with this. Once I have done this, I will simply close this window. And I will close this window also. So I have given the complete instructions to this AI agent. Now, the only thing I need to do is I need to attach an LLM with this, the way we did it earlier, where we have this label chat model. Below that chat model, there is a plus sign. You simply click on this plus sign. Kapil, I will repeat it once again, okay? Once I'm through with this, okay? Click on this plus sign, search for OpenAI. OpenAI is the company's name, and this is OpenAI's chat model. Simply click on this OpenAI chat model. Now, when you click on this, you must be seeing this window. There must be some button here on top, credentials, create credentials, something like that. If you click on that button, you will get this option where you have to provide your API key. Okay. So I'll just share my API key with you for this demo. Later, I will delete this after the demo. So let me just share that API key with you. Have I saved it somewhere? Let me just check. Yeah, I saved it here. So whatever I have sent you in chat, completely copy that. Ensure that there's no space before this or after this, and simply paste it here. And once you have pasted, you should see something green, that connection tested successfully option here. Okay. And once you have done this, simply close it. In this model, you can leave it to default GPT-5 mini. It's perfectly fine. We do not have to edit anything else here. We simply close it. So for people who have done this, you can simply now ask query here. There's a chat option in the lower half of this. You can say, give me details of leave policies. If you submit, it will show you some working. It will give you some answer here. I can make it a little larger. You will see how it is running. So now you see it is showing you the leave policies as casual leave policy, sick leave policy, earned leave policies, and all those stuff. For those of you who are not able to follow these steps, I'll just do it again with you so you can follow the steps. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll just first of all copy this, or let me just create it again from scratch. Okay. I'll create on create workflow. I click on add first step. So just give me a thumbs up who are following up with me so that I'm sure that you guys are there. Okay. Now search for AI agent. AI space agent. You get this option. Just click on this option. And we can edit this. If you see this add option here, just select the add option, select system message, and place the text that I sent in chat. I'll send it again so that you don't to search for it. So it is this. You just paste it here that you are a helpful assistant. Just paste it here. I sent the message in chat, and below this, just write that this is the information that I'm sharing with you. Just write the information label string and copy the complete leave policies. I shared the file of leave policies with you. Complete text you have to copy and paste below this information. Just give me a thumbs up if you're through with this. Okay, good. Now we can simply close this. Okay. Now the only part that is left with us is, okay, we are waiting for you. Just give us a thumbs up when you are through, or do you want anything to be repeated? You can unmute yourself and you can speak also. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just trying to copy the content of the leave policy file. So just give me 2 seconds here.
Sure, sure. Yeah, Jatinder, we have different ways of doing it. We can upload also, but I don't want to go there because that will be a little level up for everybody. This is a very basic thing that we are doing. Okay.
Yeah, I'm done. Thank you.
Okay. So now you can simply close that. What now we will do is we will simply need to select a LLM here. So below this chat model label, we will click on this plus. We will again search for LLM from OpenAI, which is a company. So it gives you option to select OpenAI's model. Simply click on this OpenAI chat model. And when you have clicked on this, you will get an option here. You have to provide some credentials so that you can use these models. you will get an option to add credentials here on the top right. If you click on that button, you will get a page like this where you have to provide your API key. Okay, I already shared API key. I'll share it again in chat. So it's the latest message. You simply copy the API key from my chat and just paste it here. I just paste it and click on this save button. When you click on this save, it will show you whether your connection is green or not. All of you, are you done with this? Okay, right. So now we are we are done with this RAG implementation. What we were doing manually, we were retrieving from my laptop, augmenting that in the prompt, and then sending to LLM so that it can generate the response. Now we are done with that. We have already retrieved that leave policy document. We have already augmented that in the prompt. So what will happen is now whenever somebody writes a message, like if I say, what are the leave policies? So what it will do is it will automatically behind the scenes, it will not be visible to you. It is augmented behind the scenes, all those details. Then your question will be followed by it. So what essentially is happening is right now is, which is not visible to you. Say for instance, I have this chat GPT with me and I ask this question. The user is asking, give me leave policies of Scale Up with Sanjay. What is happening behind the scenes is that those complete details of leave policies are being augmented here. And then to LLM, this is what is going to LLM. The complete leave policies followed by your prompt. And if I submit this, I will get all those details. These are the leave policies. This is happening behind the scenes. Okay. So this is what we call context. If you have heard about this term context window, this is the context that we are passing to LLM. It will become more clear to you when we study more about system prompts and all those stuffs. But this is a very basic level of thing that we are passing context to LLM, and LLM is asking from that context. Now, so you have implemented one RAG for a very basic RAG. It is not production ready, but a very basic understanding of RAG for your HR person. So what you will do is you simply double click on this chat window. Just double click. On the left, you will get an option to make chat publicly available. You just click on this, it turns green. Okay. You can change here the message in the section initial message. Maybe I'll say, my name is Sanjay. How can I assist you today? And once you are done with activating this, writing this initial message, simply close this window. Oh, sorry, one thing you have to do. Sorry, again, double click on this, copy this URL on the top left. Copy this URL. Just simply click on this, URL will be copied. And close this. Now, when you see this workflow, simply on the top right, there's an option to publish this. That is, we are making it live. Simply click on publish. You will get an option of version. Just click on publish. Got it. Now this workflow is live. That means you can share this URL with the employees in the company. They will open this URL in browser, whatever you have copied. Now this is a chat interface for HR people. You can ask it, give me details of leave policies. It may be a little slow because all of you are using the same key. So it may be a little slow for all of us. For some of us, it may fail also. You may get HTTP 429, but this is how it works, right? It gives me details of casual leave policies and all the policies that I was looking for. So you have implemented a RAG. This is how simple it is to implement things. A production grade RAG will have more steps, but this is a very basic implementation of RAG. Now, we also gave it some instructions that if you are not aware of those answers, if you do not find those answers in those that details that we shared, you should return some standard response. For instance, if I ask it, is there any leave policy for dating? It should return me a very standard response. That write to hr@sanjaynegi.com, something like that. It says, I don't have this information right now. Please contact HR team for further assistance. Okay. So it is not making up things, but we call hallucination. So now you have created this track.
Hi,
So I
Sanjay.
hope it was simple implementation. Yes, Sumant.
Yep, it was simple implementation. I tried it, but I just changed the string and like in the context file, in the MD file that you have provided, I just changed the name from Skill Up to Sanjay to Sumant Mishra.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I ask the question, it is giving me contact HR this message every time.
Yeah, so this is fine. This is fine. It is there are a lot of things that you can fine tune to get the exact response. It is perfectly fine, right? So it's a very basic implementation of RAG, how it is implemented. We can fine tune it to return response in a particular style. And there are a lot of things like guardrails and all those stuff that we can add to it. But at least you're getting those leave responses.
No, I'm not getting those leave responses.
So maybe you change the name, and we gave instructions that you have to provide the company's name is Skill Up with Sanjay. We gave that in instructions, and also inside that document also it was at I think 2 or 3 places it was there. Maybe it is conflicting,
Ye-
and that
Yep,
is why.
maybe some. Okay, let me
Yeah,
check
you can just
again.
copy the complete context and try to search
Mhm.
for Sanjay there.
Yep. I
Okay,
tried it, but I did not find. But let me try again. No
okay.
issues.
So this is how you can share the URL. Now the other thing is the HR says, okay, we don't want people to store the URL. What we want is that we have company's internal portal. You just please add something on the top in the bottom right where you get that pop-up kind of thing. Okay, so we'll try to see how difficult that is to do. Okay, so I'll just close this. I'll again go to my workflow, which I published earlier. What I'll do is again, now what we are trying to do is we are trying to embed this chat client on the bottom right of our application. So Pankaj, what you need to do is in your model, if you see, let me see. So I can maybe this is your current stage, right? It's not connected right now
Yes,
because
correct.
maybe you did not click here on this plus. That is why. But simply uh, click here and drag it here to this plus, or maybe from plus to this. It is connected now.
Okay, let me try.
From plus on the top to this model, like plus, drag it here. Okay, so it should work for you. So now we will embed that on company's portal, a small window on the bottom right. So let us first try to create some dummy page for that purpose. What I'll do is, and you can do it independently. I don't have to share. I should not be needing to share that page with you. You can simply say to ChatGPT on any window that, okay, generate a dummy HTML page for a company called You can give any name. Maybe I'll say scale up with Sanjay. Okay. So it will give you a dummy HTML page. And we will assume that it's a company's portal. So I got some HTML code. I'll simply click here. It will be copied. I'll save that in a notepad. I'll just paste this code. Just ensure that this is a complete HTML. It ends with HTML tag. It starts with that HTML. Okay, just ensure that it's an HTML. And I'll save this as HTML file. Save as in downloads. I will say maybe dummy company .html. So now I should be able to open this HTML page. If I go to downloads and I double click on this dummy company. So this is the dummy page that it has created for me. And I want my chat bot here on the bottom right. So what I'll do is, first of all, I'll just maybe, okay, let me first change something. Now what I will do is, I'll go to this workflow again. Now you guys have to follow with me. Just let me know, are you guys through with this dummy HTML page? Just give me a thumbs up if you have that HTML page, or if you want, I can share that with you also. That's not a problem. Let me just share the file also with you. For people who are not into coding or are not aware of what is an HTML page, let me share this page with you. You can open that page and work along with me. So I have attached a file. So everyone who is not comfortable with HTML, you can download this file and open it in some notepad. Okay. So what I will do is, let me just give me some time. I'll go to this workflow. Okay. I will double click on this chat window again. It is already made public. Below this option to make it public, there is one drop down here, mode, which is showing hosted chat. I will go to this drop down, select the second option, embedded chat. So I will embed this chatbot in my page. I'll click on this embedded chat. That's all I need to do. I'll just copy this URL again. I think I lost this URL. So I'll just click on this URL. It is copied. I will save it somewhere. Okay. Now what we have to do is, if you see this page, when you turned it to embedded chat, it has one follow instructions link here. It says that you have to follow these instructions to make it embedded chat. Simply click on this here. Okay. If you click on this here, it will open a document for you. It has complete instructions how to embed a chat model in your page. If you scroll down, it shows you the A option, the CDN embed. Just give me a thumbs up if you are here on this page. We are on this page from our workflow page by clicking on this link here. Okay. In this CDN embed, simply copy this text. Okay. and open it in a notepad. I'll just paste it in the notepad. And if you see, it is asking me for your production webhook URL. On this URL, I have to paste the link, which I copied from my workflow. That is my workflows link. So I will go here on my workflow, click on this and replace it here. Your production URL will be replaced by this link. Let me know if anybody is facing issue. Let me know. I can repeat the complete step. You can unmute yourself and you can let me know so that we can wait and we can guide you again. So all of you are here. You have this complete block with you. Okay. So you guys are fast. You are able to do everything. So now what we have to do is I'll just copy this complete block. Okay. And you must be having this HTML with you, which we created or which I shared. You just go to the end of this page. Okay. And in the end, just before this HTML tag, I'll just increase the font size. Okay. Just before this HTML tag, just paste that complete block here like this. So I have placed it as complete block here along with this link also. So I have my webhook URL here, which I copied from the workflow. And this HTML page is now modified. I'll just save it, clicking Control Save. Now what I have to do is, where is my HTML page? This is my page, which was default page. Now if I refresh this page, you see a small chatbot here on the right side. If you click on this, it opens here, right? But we have still one more thing to do. It is available here, but when we change that workflow from a hosted model to an embedding model, we have to publish it again to make it live, because it is still showing me the default option. My name is Nathan. I changed that to my name is Sanjay. So what I'll do is I'll just go to this workflow. I'll simply close this, and on the top right, I will publish this workflow. Just click on publish. In the pop-up, again, click on publish. Once your workflow is published, it is live. Now go back to your HTML, refresh it again. Now it should be working. Okay, so I did not change it here. Maybe I changed it in some previous workflow. Okay, you should be seeing your own name here. Okay, now it's embedded in your company's website. So Karan, you have to go to this workflow where you're seeing this workflow. Okay, you simply click on publish on top right. It will be published for you. Okay, so now this is embedded in your company's portal. You can always change the color of this. There are ways to change it. These all instructions are provided here on this page from where we copied this block. If you scroll down, you will see all the options to change the color. You can go through these options. Okay, but our target was to have this as an embedded chat model inside our company's portal. We have that. Now we can start talking to it. Give me details of casual leave policy. Somebody has a question?
Hi, Sanjay. I'm getting a first entry JSON error, some message when I refresh the page.
Can you just show me that error? There can be two possibilities. One is that maybe you somehow something is missing in your blog that we copied. It should have this link, and
Okay.
this script should be added ending here before this
Yeah.
HTML. It should be complete. Okay. And second thing
Yes.
is this webhook URL should be there. It should not be having that your production webhook URL, some string like that.
Yeah, I've done that.
Okay. Maybe what I'll do is, mm, 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 mm. Okay, so and your workflow is complete. It is not, it is complete, right?
Yes, it is completed.
So we can check that error. Anybody
Okay.
else facing this issue?
No, just one question, Sanjay, that I changed initially while in chat model, I changed my name from Nathan to my name. And
Hmm.
then I again made this as embedded chat and, make a chat. From that time, I am not able to find out that option where I can define or update the name. So it is
We
still
can,
coming as
yeah,
Nathan.
we can
Nathan.
update it. Actually, what happens is now the
Mm-hmm.
control is with this. You have to go through this page. It will give you all the details. That instead of we have just copied this much thing, so it is
Mm-hmm.
giving you default options. If you go below and you go for this option, you have to copy this JavaScript also. Here you will be able to change your
Okay.
details here. So that
Okay.
is
Okay.
next level for this.
Okay.
You can change the color and make it like the look and feel of your company's portal.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Okay. So this is a very basic starting level that you should be able to understand what a RAG is, and you should always remember this image. You should always understand. Okay, we retrieved the document, we manually augmented that in the Chat GPT, and then it was able to generate the answer. Okay, and someone who was facing error, I don't remember the name, but if you can share your screen, maybe we can take a look what exactly error you are getting, and we can try to fix that.
Yeah, sure, Sanjay.
So it is working for most of you.
Host disabled attendee screen sharing.
Let me just make you co-host.
Okay.
You should be able to share your screen now.
Yes, I am. So yeah,
Okay,
I've selected
embedded
embedded.
chat. You have
Yes.
copied that. You can copy that link from top.
Yeah, copied.
And
And this
before
is
we
my
go to HTML page, what we will do is this looks fine to me. You can just go to this N8N screen. Just
okay.
close this. Are you able to chat with this right now? Can you write some message here? You can simply say hi.
Yeah.
And okay, now you can show that HTML page that you are seeing. You don't have to use this URL. Okay, this is error that you are getting. Where is your HTML page stored on your?
This is on my desktop.
Okay, just double click on this HTML page from your desktop, wherever it is stored.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Got it. Yeah.
So now you see the red box
Yes,
on the
yes,
right, right?
yes, yes,
So
yes.
because you
Thank you so
have enabled that as an embedded chat, so you will not be
much.
able to access that URL
Correct,
now,
correct. Okay,
right?
got it, got it.
So you can click on
Yes.
this plus, yeah, you will be able.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Sanjay.
welcome.
Yeah.
So you learned something that may have taken a lot of time to you earlier, maybe when you were trying to understand RAG. But this is the whole concept of RAG. It's nothing else. What happens is when you go to advanced RAGs, only the retrieval uh, strategy changes. Right now, you have provided everything inside that system prompt. We call it system prompt. Those instructions that we have given to it. Otherwise, what will happen in actual scenario when we try to in N8N also we can implement it as a proper RAG. Okay. So our Karan, I'll share it with you after this. Okay. So what you have done is, now when you ask a question on the UI, let me say it is your prompt. There is something in between what we added, like AI agent. We added an AI agent. It is doing some role. What it is doing is, it has some information, some instructions. Whenever it receives a prompt, what it is doing is, behind the scenes, it is not visible to you. It has some context here in form of those instructions. It is adding that context here along with prompt. It is hitting that LLM the way we did in ChatGPT, in that prompt box.
Sanjay,
We,
are you sharing some screen? Seems
oh,
like.
sorry. I think my screen sharing was removed. Thanks
Okay.
for letting me know.
No worries.
So I'll just explain this diagram again. So now when you're writing a prompt in the UI, okay, it is received by some other component, that AI agent that we created there, right? It is having some context in form of instructions we provided. So it augments this prompt with these instructions. So instead of simply the prompt that is going to LLM, now it is this context plus prompt which is going to LLM. It is similar to what we did on ChatGPT, that we pasted the complete policies inside this prompt. And then we asked a question, what are the leave policies of this company? So it is the same thing which is happening here. Now LLM is not having this information. It was not never trained on this information, but it answers from the context. And that is how it is able to return the response to you. Okay. So what we have added as context here is, it is called system instructions. So whenever you are writing any prompt on ChatGPT, say prompt 1, you submit this. Behind the scenes, there is some default system instructions that go to that model behind the scenes. There are some system instructions or system prompt. So both of them actually go to LLM. In case of ChatGPT, this is not visible to you. Usually, when we saw it in in the annotator, it is usually you are a helpful assistant. Okay. So only this retrieval uh, technology changes when we talk about RAGs, which are production grade RAGs. What happens is that when a user is asking a question on UI, there is a component that we create in code, which is called a retriever. It is this retrieval part. Okay. It is called a retriever. You must have heard about vector databases and all those things. So this retriever retrieves the context from something which is called a vector database. It retrieves the context, this context that I'm talking about. Okay. This context has all the leave policies stored inside this vector DB. Now it will append this context and this prompt and send it across to LLM. This complete thing is sent to LLM, and that is how it is able to give the response. So this is why we call it RAG. It is simply a retrieval augmented generation. Okay. So you may retrieve from vector DB, you may retrieve from some file system, you may retrieve from cache, but all of them are RAGs. because that information is not available with the LLM. Okay. So I hope you guys have some good understanding of what a RAG is right now. Now, if you watch some reels, you watch some articles, read some articles, or you try to study from some course, you will be able to create that mental picture. Any questions? I think someone asked me about how to change that UI. So Karan, you have to explore it a little. I'll just give you some guidelines how you can do it is. Right now, what we have done is we have copied a block of tagged tagged block in this HTML page, right? We went to this page, we copied this complete block. This is a very basic block. We replaced the URL here and we ingested that inside our HTML. So this will give you all those default values, default colors that is there in this CSS. Okay. So what you will need to do is, if you are a little comfortable with using CSS, okay, so you will just scroll down. You will,
I just did it, so it was working. Yeah.
okay. So thanks, Anuradha, for confirming. So instead of that block, now you have to copy this block in the JavaScript part, and you will replace the URL here, webhook URL. Then you can change all these things, Nathan, to something. If you want to go a little step further, you have to copy these style sheets also in the CSS area. And then you can modify this color scheme. You can align it with the color scheme of your portal. Okay. So all the instructions are available here. So this is the good part of Anytime. It gives you a lot of documentation at every step. Okay. So this RAG part is done. We will discuss something which is called AI agent. We will create a project on AI agent tomorrow, the way we created a project on RAG today. So you will get a chance to do hands-on on this. So
Sanjay, please
Shaurya, yeah,
share
Shaurya,
please
uh,
share today's recording so we can
no, I
review.
will not share today's recording. You have to do it right now.
Okay. No, I just it can be if we want to repeat
So
the.
so there's a reason why I don't share the recording. Frankly speaking, if I share the recording, people will not join, people will not try hands-on, and we will never watch the recording. Trust me, I
Okay.
never watch recording, and I see most of the people never watch recording.
I mean, that's where it is true, but I watched it again before
Actually,
this session
recording
today
will
also.
help.
So that's a good,
Yeah.
maybe that's a compliment for me because maybe you find it interesting.
No, no, we have find it interesting as well as if we forget something, then recording will help you to resolve these things quickly. Otherwise, I'm not saying that people will watch or not watch, but if
You
anyone,
just,
yeah,
when you get this idea, na, it's more important that you start creating things. Just experiment with N8N. Anything you add, what is this memory? Go to this memory, add memory, see what happens, right? We will see. I'll share the recording. That's not an issue for me. But okay, so hands-on is must. That why I ensure that in every session, which I'm people try hands-on with me. Some of you are already in some of my sessions, so you know that
Sanjay,
I focus
hi
on
Sanjay.
hands-on. Hi, Pankaj.
Sorry, I had to step back in between. Sorry about that. So I was able to complete that till the HTML page was created. But then how to publish it? Sorry, I missed it.
So,
If
Pankaj,
you
to
can help
publish
me.
it, you have to just click on this publish button on the right side. You can watch recording. I'll share the recording. So I'm not sure from which point you missed it, but you can watch recording. If you face any issue, you can ask me in the next class. Okay? Does it work for you?
Yep. No, what I was saying, like on the chat message page itself, where we click on the embedded chat and then it takes us to the different page,
Mhm.
and we take the CDN, the code there, and make the changes in the webhook URL in the HTML page. So
Mhm.
after that, what was that step? I missed
So
that.
once you have done this, you just simply need to refresh your HTML page and you will see that chatbot here on the right side.
Okay. Okay.
And you can start chatting with this. So your integration with your company's portal is done. At a very high level, you can always beautify this. Okay. So we saved some time. We were able to finish quickly. So let's do a few more things. But before that, do you guys have any question? So was it difficult? The RAG concept of RAG is difficult, or it's very basic, very logical step actually to do. We do it all the time. If you have worked in application, we always fetch information from database. So this is exactly what we are doing. When we open a page, we are trying to search for someone. We always write something here, press enter, it goes back to database, select star from employee where employee name is this. It runs a query, get back results to you, and you are able to display that. So it's the same thing.
Yes, Sanjay, I have one question.
Yeah.
In this AI agent, I want to connect my local vector DB to it. So because I have put my HTMLs in vector databases. So
Mhm.
how can I connect it, the plus symbol, and connect my local databases, the vector
You can click on
databases?
tool. Depending on like
Tools.
if you are on Supabase, you can search for Supabase. If you're on Pinecone, you can search for Pinecone. So that has little a next level.
Mm.
We will not
Okay,
discuss
fine.
in these sessions, but yeah, you can. It's available. There are more than I think 300 apps which are available here, or maybe more than
Okay.
1,000 apps. I have not checked it, but you can always select your Supabase vector store. So not this, but yeah, you can always connect. If you want to connect Pinecone, Pinecone is also available.
Mhm.
Okay,
I'll try.
and whenever you add it, you always get some documentation here.
Okay.
So
Okay.
always go to documentation, read about it, how to integrate it. That will help you.
Mhm.
So this is one good thing about Anytime. Okay. So what we
Thank
will
you.
do is we will play a little because we have some time with us. So we started with a question that when I added my model here, let me change this model's version to maybe 4.1. Let me select an older model here. Okay. And let me just remove all those instructions here. I don't need these instructions anymore. I'm done with the RAG implementation. I'll just remove the system message and I'll simply close it. So now it's a vanilla kind of implementation for me. It's not a RAG. If I ask this question about leave policies, it will not tell me because I have removed all those details from it. Okay. So now what I do is I just first try to see whether it works or not. I say hi. It shows you how it is working, right? It gives me a response. How can I assist you today? So I ask it. Uh, I'm telling my name to this implementation assistant. I'll say my name is Sanjay, and it returns, hello Sanjay, how can I assist you today? I ask it again, what is my name? What should be the answer? People who are not been in my class, any guesses? What should be the answer? If I do it with Chat GPT and I ask it, I say, hi, my name is Sanjay. I ask it, what is my name? It returns back to me, your name is Sanjay. Maybe you will say that, okay, it's stored because you're signed in. Maybe I'll change it. I'll say, my name is Akshay Kumar. Nice to meet you, Akshay Kumar. If I ask it, what is my name? It says your name is Akshay Kumar. So it is not from the context of logged in user. Same thing if I ask to this implementation that we have created, what is my name? It says, I don't have access to your personal information. Why is this happening?
Because it's cut off timeline is previous and the current.
Sorry, Pankaj, I can hardly hear you.
I mean, is it because the cutoff date maybe is on the previous dates than the current contacts that we have set on the chat?
But the cutoff date of this chat GPT also is August 2025.
I think those
So,
it's not storing the contents on the memory. What you
right,
earlier provided, my name is Sanjay. It's not
right.
storing that. Like, it's just retrieving and then doing.
That's right. That's right, Pankaj.
Yes, because in chat GPT it has the rags also, but not with this chat.
Right. We discussed last time that whenever we ask question one, we get answer one. When we ask question two, it sends the previous context also. It will send question one, answer one,
And
question two. It will not be
yes,
visible to us, but this is how it works. So right now there's no memory inside it. So what I'll do is I'll add a memory from here. I'll just simply click on this plus. I select this simple memory. It says how many chats I have to save. Maybe I'll say maybe save 10 chats. And I simply close this. So now I have a memory here. What I'll do is I'll just refresh this chat session. I'll open a new chat session and I'll say, hi, my name is Sanjay, maybe Akshay Kumar, maybe Akshay Diol. It says, hello, Akshay Diol. I say, what is my name? So if you see in the previous execution, something was saved in the memory. It turns green. Now, if I ask it, what is my name? It will again hit the memory. It picked something from here and it says your name is Akshay Diol. Now it remembers the context. So that helps us in understanding that. But when we talk LLM is pure autocomplete, it is purely autocomplete. It does not store anything. Everything it has been trained on is freeze. So it has no access to memory. And those of you who are from tech background, it does not remember the previous sessions. Every hit to LLM, behind the scenes, what is happening is whatever you are doing, you are giving any prompt, any way it is working. Behind the scenes, it is always making a REST call. Some services are exposed. We say model as service. So these LLMs are available as models as service. They have some REST endpoints which are exposed. So behind the scenes, REST call is being made, and this REST call is stateless. Every prompt that you give to LLM, it is stateless. It has no idea about the previous chats. So that is why we always append question one, answer one, question two. You get answer two. When you ask question three, then we make it kind of simulate the statefulness by sending all the previous information. Question one, answer one. Question two, answer two. Then question three. So that is something that we are doing behind the scenes. This is exactly what is being done when we are adding this memory. Okay. So always remember, so we are just layering on top of that knowledge that we are gaining. First was that LLM is autocomplete. Second, every hit is actually stateless. We simulate stateful behavior by providing all the previous context. Okay. And when we talk about this context, it has a size. The way we are making REST calls have a payload in each of the post call. We send something in the body that has some limit. Okay. So that is you can connect with context window. because behind the scenes we are sending a REST call. So we have context window. And whenever you hear this term context window, always remember that there is some payload size for the REST call. So what happens is, say this is your context window size, okay? And you are writing your prompts. You are asking question 1, okay? You ask something, you received a response, answer 1. Then you asked question 2. So now you will remember that along with this question 2, this complete context will go to LLM, okay? And then you will receive answer 2. Now, when you ask question 3, this complete context will go with question 3 to the LLM, and that is how you will get response answer 3. So now this context window is choked. It cannot store more information. So what happens now? When we ask question 4, we are already outside this window. Now what will happen is, to fit this question 4 in the window, this window will kind of slide, which means we will lose question 1 and answer 1. This moves a little low. So we lose these things. And that is why we at times get the feeling that it is hallucinating. We gave it some instructions in the beginning. It is not sticking to those instructions because it is outside the context window. It has no knowledge of this. So you will receive answer 4. So this is why we have to stick to those context windows things. Okay. So this is one of the main reasons why it starts hallucinating. It has lost all that information. Its memory is like it's a small memory, and your complete context is beyond that memory or beyond that payload size. Okay. So this was about memory. Now there is one more thing about when we asked it, what is the date right now? It says date is 10th of June 2024. And this is because it was trained on some data. It is remembering the date at that time when there was a cutoff date. Maybe we will ask what is the cutoff date? What is your cutoff date? It may be April or May or June. So it says November 2024. So still it is able to tell 24 date. There may be some time between the cutoff date and maybe when it was deployed. Maybe some information was added. Maybe it was deployed on 10th of June 2024 in production, and the date was ingested into it. But still, it is not the today's date. So now, how does ChatGPT do that? It is able to tell the today's date, and this is where we have these tools which come in the picture, because now we understand LLM is autocomplete. It has no awareness of what is date today, who is the current PM of France. It has no information about that. It is simply autocomplete. We have to give it some power by adding tools. So like I have my brain, okay? My brain is a logical thinker. It has a lot of information. It has learned some patterns. It can repeat those patterns. If I start feeling thirsty, so my brain says, drink some water. Now, brain says, drink some water, but brain cannot bring the water. So I need some tools. I need my hands. So brain will say, okay, use your hand to grab some water. So I'll use my hands and I'll grab some water. It is not done by LLM. LLM is giving the command. The brain is giving the command. Okay. So if I have to enhance the capability of this, I have to use tools. For instance, if I simply go to this tool and I simply say, is there something available linked to date? It says date and time tool. I simply click on this. I will not change any configuration here. I'll simply click on this. I'll go with the default configuration. Now, if I ask the same question, what is the date right now? You will see it turns green. You will see. It says the current date is 28th June 2026. It is not information that is returned by LLM. It has asked somehow to this tool to give me the current date. The way I asked my hand to fetch water for me. Okay, so brain is not doing anything. It is just giving, it understands things, it gives command. Okay, so what we have just created is called an AI agent. We will do a project on this tomorrow. So I'll just give you a definition of what an AI agent is so that you remember it. So when we talk about AI agent, always remember this diagram that an AI agent is a combination of LLM, memory, tools, and an ability to call other LLMs. You can add another AI agent here. Okay, you can chain all those AI agents together. Okay, so whenever you hear this term AI agent, always remember this diagram. An AI agent is something which has LLM, memory, tools, and ability to call other LLMs. It has LLM
So, Sanjay,
plus
I have one
tools
quick question here.
plus memory.
When we will add different agents, like initially we have created ChatGPT, then I suppose we have taken some other agent. Then every time we have to create these connections tool agent connections, or it will fetch already. It will already connected with the all those next
So
fetched.
we have to create it manually. Complete agent we have to create manually. Is that your question?
Like in this picture, when we have connected first AI agent, then we have created that chat model memory tool you have just shown us.
Mhm.
And suppose I want to elaborate my AI agent with some other AI agent, connect with some other agent. So AI agent and agent will talk, or we have to create again this open AI chat model, simple memory, data.
Always. It should always have at least an LLM. It may not have memory. It may not remember previous context. Maybe that is not our requirement. Okay. It may not have some tool, but at least LLM is required. Like in a body, at least brain should be there.
Okay.
Okay. Tools may go away, but brain should always be there.
So maybe it would be very early to ask this question. So if I have connected with a second AI agent in my chat GPT feature this tool, and then I ask something, then it will, and I have added one brain in that second AI agent. Then my first chat will able to handle both of the AI agent, or we have to create different type chat will.
No. Each person will need to have their own brain. It's like that. So
And
when
chat
we
window also different.
that what we are creating is workflow. It's like somebody asks a company that create a website for me. We have different agents, different people inside the company. They will coordinate among themselves. There will be some workflow. Somebody will get the requirement, developer will implement it, QA will test it, DevOps will deploy it. User is not worried about it. So that chat session is like a window. It just gives command, create a website for me. Behind this, there's a complete workflow which the user is not aware of. They coordinate among themselves and give the final product to you. So it's a complete workflow. So agent, you can think of a human being as an agent. It has brain, it has memory, it has tools, hands, legs, everything. Okay. So each of them will have their own brain. So each agent will need its own LLM. Okay. So it is just a beginning. Like you're not yet ready for creating RAGs for production, but you got an idea what RAG is. Now, whatever you study, you will be able to understand those things. Similarly, when you now hear this term AI agent, you will be able to understand, okay, it is combination of tools, memory and LLM, and an ability to call other agents or other LLMs. That's in a nutshell an AI agent is. And you also are now clear that, okay, Chat GPT, when we write some prompt on Chat GPT, it does not go directly to LLM. There's a workflow behind the scenes which is working, and that is how you're getting better response. There is some LLM which has a lot of tools attached to it for date, for calculations, because how will that LLM and autocomplete do the calculations? So there is some tool which is called a calculator. If you go this here and you maybe assign a tool which is called a calculator, it will do the mathematics. Okay. For searching, if I ask this LLM, who is PM of France as of now, it knows the date and it also understands, okay, there's some error in the, okay, so I have added this extra node. I'll just remove it. I'll again ask this question. It says, I currently don't have an access to the real-time data beyond my knowledge cutoff. For the most accurate, up-to-date information on the current Prime Minister of France as of June 28, 2026, because it is able to find today's date and it is able to understand, okay, it has cutoff date before that. So it says, go to web and check it. So for that, you have to give it access to some way to search on internet. So I will search for some search tool. So you keep on adding tools that empowers this. It is asking for me to install it. I will not install it right now, but this is the whole idea. LLM in itself is just a pure autocomplete. All the power of LLM comes from like all the action taking abilities of LLM comes from tools. It is just able to think and replicate patterns. It can understand things. It can give you commands, but it cannot do anything apart from that. It can give command to these tools to do different tasks. It has that understanding that my brain understands. If I have to pick a glass, I have to ask my hand to go for it, not my feet to go for it. Okay. And again, when you have created this agent, again, you have to just double click on this, copy this URL, embed this in your company's portal, and you have it available to you. Okay. So after this, when you do this, we will do one project on agents, but from a very simple agent that we will create, you can go for very complex agents. Okay, I may be having some agent with me. Maybe I'll showcase that to you tomorrow. But till today, do we have any question till now? Whatever we have studied, but whatever we have discussed. Anyone, any questions? So Kapil, Chat GPT is not, yes, maybe it is storing some variable, maybe it is creating a list behind the scenes. That is how it is working. This is how we do it in code also.
Sanjay, one question. Okay, who will do the smartness to pass the question to one agent or other agents? Like in the calculator examples, ChatGPT can do a calculation, but it is this some who decided that no, the tool called calculator passed it to them and then send the information.
So that is decision of LLM. That LLM says, okay, I can do this small calculation, but I have an expert with me. Let me hand off that calculation part to it. So this is completely orchestrated by that AI agent component.
Okay.
and
So
it
when
will
so
become
when
it will become more clear to you tomorrow when we do that project. Yeah, please go
okay.
ahead.
I assume the tool registered themselves will telling them I'm expert of this. So AI agent will somehow know that okay, he's expert of this. So any query with such in tokens, pass it to them. Kind
That
of
is
thing.
true. That is true.
Okay. Thank
We'll get more insight into it, how it actually works. So for those of you who thought like it's a tough thing to create in a chatbot, it can be created in anything very easily. The same can be done in code also. Code gives us more flexibility. Whenever we do not have any tool available with us in N8N, we can create our own tool in code. Okay. So for those of you who are into coding, this tool calling behind the scenes is a function call. Okay. So these are all functions, date time function. You write a function, it does from system, it gets a time. The LLM calls that function, gets the time back. So all the tool calls are basically function calls in the code. Yes, Sumant. Sumant, do you have any question?
Yeah, sorry. I'm audible now?
Yeah, Sumant, you are
Yeah.
audible.
If we try to create this chatbot via coding, so how we will get the agent, AI agent? The rest of the things we can get it via some package, right?
Mhm.
But how we can get the AI agent that is the orchestrator or that is the routing
You
thing?
can do that in pure Python also, but
Mm-hmm.
otherwise, you have to go for these frameworks that we discussed yesterday. So all these
Okay.
frameworks provide you this abstraction of AI agent. All these frameworks, OpenAI Agents SDK, Crew AI, LangChain, LangGraph, Google ADK. They only provide you this abstraction of agent. The way we have this abstraction in N8N, simply drag and
Mm-hmm.
drop, they also provide you this abstraction.
And are they all paid or is there any open source?
They are all open source.
Okay, they are all open source.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So we will not touch upon the code in these sessions. So that is a later part when you want to go more deeper into it. But yeah, this is all about agents and RAGs that we have understood so far. So if you try hands-on, get stuck anywhere, you have any questions. So we will connect again on Saturday. We'll again create some project together, and that will help you in understanding these concepts better. So now, those of you who thought that LLM is doing a lot of things, now you understand where the power of those LLMs come from. It's tools. Without tools, LLM is nothing. It cannot do anything. It is pure autocomplete. Okay. If you guys are through with it, you do not have any questions that we can disconnect. We saved 6 minutes today. We can finish early, and we will meet again. Just revise those concepts. Try hands-on on this. Try to see what all tools are available. Whenever you add a tool, you get a documentation for that here for any tool. Just try to read it, go through it. So you can connect a lot of tools here. Maybe it is your Splunk, your WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram. You can create a complete pipeline that writes post for you every day, which includes maybe videos with lip syncing audios and post it on Instagram or YouTube Reels. So you can automate everything that is pattern based. That can be automated. Okay. So you will explore more capabilities. You will be able to understand these things better now with some basic foundational knowledge. Okay. So I think it's time for us to disconnect and we'll meet again on Saturday.
Yep.
Okay.
Thanks,
Sanjay,
Sanjay.
I need 5-10 minutes of yours.
Sure.
So actually, I'm facing issue that again related to OpenAI embedded model. Na?
Okay.
So it is again, it shows that you exceed your current quota. So maybe related to key or something, you said that you would validate it.
So